Alex Neil, that was a spirited fight back towards the end, but had you given yourselves too much to do by that point?
Yeah, I think that's the sort of long and short of it really. I think first half we set up to try and move the ball and keep the ball and sort of dominate the game, but unfortunately for us, that sort of use of the ball and how sharp we generally move the ball wasn't quite there in the first half. And I thought the way Leicester are set up to counter-attack that, if you don't move the ball well enough and quick enough, then that's going to obviously play into their hands because you keep conceding possession. And unfortunately for us, our use of the ball wasn't good enough today, certainly in the first half.
And that second goal for Leicester, just at the start of the second half, that came at such a crucial point of the game.
Yeah, and I had the decision to make at half time whether I go and try and change our style of play and change how we approach it, or I give the players 5-10 minutes to go and try and sort of repair what they'd done in the first half. You know, and I chose to give them an opportunity to go and sort of make amends, if you like, for how they performed first half. And unfortunately for us, we got hurt the sucker punch right at the start of the second half. So for then, I changed it immediately. Sort of changed the style, if you like, in terms of putting it forward quicker, putting two up top. And thankfully it managed to work for us today, and I thought we'd done it early enough to give yourself an opportunity to get something out of the game. But I think at this level, when you concede 2 goals, it's always going to be a tough task.
The manner of the goals that you conceded must have been disappointing, because you pointed it out to us before the game how dangerous Leicester are on the counter-attack.
Something we'd worked on all week, you know, and I think when you're a sort of possession-based team as ourselves and they're a counter-attacking team, if our game isn't at its maximum, then they're obviously set up to try and punish that. But we went to West Ham, who are a really good counter-attacking team last week, and our use of the ball was excellent. You know, we caused West Ham all sorts of problems because we were slick, we were quick, we moved the ball, and with players playing at pretty much top of their level, whereas today we didn't have that. And I felt sorry for the players. I didn't think they'd done themselves justice that first 45 minutes. You know, I thought things were a bit predictable and too slow, and they'll be disappointed, you know, because they're better than that.
But Di Mercy and Bacani came on and got his first goal, so that's the sort of thing that could get him going as a Norwich player, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when sort of plan A is not working, I've got to try and find a way to influence the game, you know, and what I did was put 2 up top, change the style of how we generally play, and put the ball forward a lot quicker. And I felt that had an impact in the game, which was good, but unfortunately by that stage, I was a bit too little too late.
You had Kyle Lafferty back in the squad today and not Lewis Grabban. Is that an injury, or was that just a tactical move?
No, Kyle sort of rolled his ankle, but as always I've got a sort of dilemma about who's going on the bench and who's not going on the bench, as I do every week. You know, Andre Wisdom wasn't involved again today, which is really unfortunate because he's been doing well, he's been training well, but I've got to make the best decision. I think it's going to give us an opportunity to win the game.
Is it harder to take because you've now got 2 weeks to stew on it, because it's a fortnight off now, isn't it, in terms of Premier League football?
No, it's harder to take because we knew it was coming today, we'd prepared for it, and we felt that if we performed as well as we can, we would have won the match. And I just think day games are really difficult to sort of get to the bottom of, because I didn't think Leicester controlled the game at any stage, but we know what their strengths are in terms of counter-attacking, and we didn't stop it as well as I thought we should have.
Wes Hoolahan took a knock in the first half. Is he still going to go away with the internationals?
Yeah, well, he played the rest of the game. You know, I thought he was struggling, so I was going to make a change. But I think when you need to sort of chase the game and get a goal, you want to try and keep your creative players on the pitch.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.